ịghọta asụsụ Igbo ị ga-aghọta na ife anyị minil bụ na nke a bụ nke anyị ya mere anyị ji wee na-akpọ ndị Igbo niile na-akpọkwa ụmụ Naijiria niile ka ị bịa sonyere onye ije ebe ọ bụla ị na-eje n'ala Igbo bịa ka ị soro onye ije motos onye ije anyị bụ ojemba daalụ.
If you want safety, if you want comfort, if you want to go to wherever your destination is, it is your age. Onye ije moto. Kedu onye butere fa? Onye ije. Bokopi, si abokopi. Bokopi.
Ndewo na Enugu ụtụtụ ọma ebe ọ bụla iso na-anọnyere anyị na southeast na mpaghara southeast nọ n'Enugu ịnọ n'Ebonyi ịnọ n'Aba ịnọ n'Ụmụahịa ịnọ n'Owerri ebe ọ bụla ịnọ onye ije motos abatago n'Enugu ehenụ maka n'ọkwụ n'ana enwere ọkwa oche solumu ka efu na anyị abịago na Holy Ghost Bus Terminal 2 n'Enugu steeti na 042 Coal City ebe ife niile na-eme ebe onye ije motos na-esi wee na-ewere ọwala anyị abịago nekwa anyị akwa ịfụrụ ụgbọala anyị dị sarasara ụgbọala anyị dị samsam ọ ga-eme ekishọ na ijeluru ebe ị na-eje n'udo ịnata n'udo maka na ụgbọala dị ndụ.
Ndewo na ụmụ Igbo ụtụtụ ọma keka unu melụ ana m anabata gị n'ụzọ ụka ọfụrụ nke dị n'ọnwa Julaị ana m ekene gị afa m bụ Nneọma anyị abịagokwa na nkata politiks ka ọ na-adị kwa ụbọchị Mọnde ọbụla ma ọ kụọ elekere 9 n'ụtụtụ mụ na Mayor nwanne m nwoke nọkwa ka anyị wee webatalụ gị anya tinyekwa ọnụ n'ihe gbasalụ politiks n'obodo anyị bụ Naijiria ọkachasị ka o si wee gbasata anyị nwa bụ ụmụ Igbo ndọ daalụ na ịnọnyere anyị gbaa mbọ ka ibinyere anyị aka na akara follow ma ọ bụkwanụ ka ị subscribe ọkakwa mma ka ị share kwa ihe anyị na-eme with your friends and your family gbakwa mbọ ka ị kọment ya tinyere anyị uche obi gị gwa anyị otu isi wee fụta anya bụ ihe kọment ya tinyekwa your contribution na comment section anyị agba mbọ ka anyị gụpụta ya. Mayor, good morning.
Good morning.
Ka eme ịnụkwalụ ihe niile melụ na our news channels during the week. Okay, so nke izizi nchọ ka ibu ụzọ tinye anya na ya bụ ife gbasalụ Rivers State. As na sole administrator anyị ihe ka anyị na-anụkwa last week gara aga. That's last Monday actually. Ka anyị mesi program anyị na-apụ. Ịghọtago anyị mepekwa news. Wee na-anụkwa na sole administrator anyị chọrọ iji over 20-something billion wee mee CCTV camera. Now, Trace look here where Nachiata, where Bolona on Akawata, no Sim Fubara, that is the actual governor of Rivers State before where problem with Mwike presidency, where Bata, where Mekosi, where me waiting this sole administrator and Akoba, no Sim Fubara, be fetting 24 billion naira CCTV camera already. Na ya wana emezia implement. Igotago no buro nyawa delie from the start. No ifede na imago budget state. Nyawa we biaze bi me implement. Ke feel in eme.
So that particular news we called Maka when I read what the initially the CCTV camera would like around the state.
Okay.
I'm not government house.
24 billion.
24 billion. Or 24 or 21.
24.
KG 24 billion. Choice CCTV camera. Like the way our politicians see a part the budget, a waste resources, see a loot ego. Now this country is very bad, and all if you questionly make the people like all if you questionly make and the mad way, or if you be even mutemakana, keka is saying na whether no masin fubara one no masol administrator one go abu sol administrator abota kibia budo na the state. Where be is no implement nature be implement budget abunke implement and the governor that was suspended. How would you say ni na look for the good of the people and you are padding this kind of budget? Or shall you go na CCTV adubo na River State Government House? When government house so buna. none of this country we have full surveillance.
Mana when you would this CCTV camera again kafacho you go
For 24 billion.
When I'm mad na last week. Na jonya more CIA ka cho iwe bata na the government house on the river state.
That money now can run CCTV around the state.
24 billion.
24 billion naira be enough to run it around the state, round the whole river state. Tinye CCTV in the whole of river state. We a control center. I gonna monitor if any na bata, if any na na rivers. Now na hard serious.
24 billion.
But on yaka it's GTN, so na government house. That's a very very sad. Listen, every day you wake up, you think that it cannot go lower than the way it is. But you don't know, Nigerian politicians will even now plunge you deeper.
Mana na-ekwu nke emelo ndị emekwa
I make also.
Mana the problem bụ na onwerokwa onye na-ekwu okwu this. Ịmana ka ekwusili ya last week anya bụ akụkọ.
I won't go now. Nobody is talking about it again. If not, na ina bụ na ebe ekwe onwe manu kwa again.
Ya na ife na-eme bụ anyị kọsịa nke anyị kọlụ anya chịpụkwa ya na echikwa anya akọkwa nke ọfụ.
Echi enwere ike kwuo maka ya na Twitter for some hours. The next thing ebute your wife or your mother who is supposed to sit in the front of your car. Akụkọ nke ahụ na.
Ị na-achịkọwa na akụkọ a otu isi wee kwuye kịta ya. O mean na nya bụ ụdị nkata ikwu kịta ihe dị ihe your mother your wife a. Nya bụ ife kala anyị mkpa discuss as a people than our actual problems. Maka na anyị nwere serious problems n'obodo a that deserve serious attention.
It's for you to see how fickle the attention span of Nigerians are. We tend to major in the minor and minor in the major. Those things, it is serious.
Yes.
I question now, are you still hearing anything about Benue massacre? No.
Please, but
we've all moved on.
This is serious. How can we change as a people? Like umunani na Nigeria banya kendo kai esi we rewire our because it seems something is wrong somewhere.
So this generation of social media, this thing, right? People they might just not show content that is controversial. Okay. It boils down to our attention span. Our attention span now is no longer we don't pay attention to things I constantly pay attention to, and most times people feel like talking about politics and all of this is boring, but it's not. These are things that are happening. People are using you to play politics. So I just feel like people need. I don't know how we can have that reorientation, other than what is currently going on. What is currently going on is enough to give people that wake-up call. But since it's not giving, I don't know what to do. I don't know what we can do again because
all the Kanyana lack is a basic humanity.
Yes.
On Thursday in Enugu, a young man called Ndubisi was shot dead at a bricks estate. According to the story, he was coming from the cash and he was trailed to the front of his house where he was robbed and then finally left for dead.
Wow.
Now, this is probably the second time we're hearing that people, we're hearing stories, especially in Enugu, as in Ifeneme. Now, those things that are happening, it's not my problem. My problem is that Otuani say we are as a people.
Yeah,
we just move on. A presidential road.
Yes.
Even while that robbery was going on, you could see the environment. People were going about their business. Are we taking away humanity? Is the suffering in our land taking away our basic sympathy?
I don't think it's that. I think people are now becoming numb to things like this. We are getting used to people being killed.
Numb, you say?
Yes. We are getting used to people being killed. Take, for instance, Naibia now, if motor will accidents, people would rather bring out their phones
and
snap than to try to get that person help if the person is unconscious. Because when you, or maybe someone who is shot, when you take that person to a hospital, you will need police, this one, you need all now for
get into trouble.
You can even get into trouble for helping someone. So all these things are things that we need to look into. We need to really look into it because now nobody wants to be in trouble. So everybody just everybody's just trying to protect their own selves.
Hi.
Right? Okay, imagine a young man that was killed. that was shot. I don't know how many bullets they shot him, but
Don't know.
if he got help
She was
quickly,
shot in the stomach.
if
according
he
to-
got help quickly, he would have at least
Oh,
made
bring
it.
me to that. He was taken to Parkland Hospital in Enugu where he spent 5 hours and there was no doctor to see him, and hence he lost his life. We have a big problem in our place. In
Jesus.
fact, Enugu State has been calling out Governor Peter Mba since last week, begging him on all platforms to tinye aka because the truth is that the insecurity of one is the insecurity of all of us. If you think that something that audacious can happen inside Enugu town, I'm not talking about some rural, this is Independence layout in Enugu Central itself. If things like this can happen, we're asking what happened to the cameras we were told were installed, because Anyadia Fundia made this thing. Asianyana cameras all over town, that security has been put in place. The DROS, they have brand new cars, Aina Funanya. But during distress calls, Anyadia Fundia, we don't know where they are.
So it's a call to the Enugu State government. Let's leave politics and face governance, right? Because if you are telling people that your state is safe, then it has to show that the state is safe. There's been like this particular situation, the situation of what's it called, of presidential road, and nothing has been done. We wouldn't want these people to think that it is okay to come into the town and carry out this activities.
With all the good work that the government is doing in Enugu. The government of Enugu State is giving the town an entirely new look, new shape and everything. And this level of harassment in town might just give all that good work bad PR. Because we are coming right back.
Paramount ka I wee nwee safety, ka I nwee security. Ifugi a onye ije motos na offer gị security, na offer gị safety, na offer gị comfort and luxury. Nya ị chọrọ ije holidays ka ị na-eje ịzụ afịa, ị chọrọ ka ụmụ gị na school, ma ọ bụ ebe ọ bụla ị na-eje, ị chọrọ ije jafe ụmụnne gị ma ị na-anọ obodo. Ị matara ihe ọ bụla ị na-eme.
My lord. You're welcome, you're welcome. Adangwa, iye bulu mmanya. Je gosi anyị onye se na ogina. Iba anyị kwa na ya no. So, take this one, show us the person. If you want safety, if you want comfort, if you want to go to wherever your destination is, it is a region.
Soro onye ije motos wee jee njem gị, anyị ga-eme sure na ijelu na udo, anyị ga-eme sure na ebe ị na-eje na ijelulie na-arụ isi ike, enwerokwa ihe ga-eme gị. Ifugi anyị mekikwe sure na anyị tinyelu nwa security measures to make sure na ụgbọala anyị buluru gị ebe ị na-eje, make sure na ị dị safe. Nke a bụ nke ndị Igbo, nke a bụ nke ejirimara ndị Igbo, ndị ọkwọ ụgbọala anyị, that is our drivers. Inene anya
nnọọ onye ọma na-esonyela anyị, daalụ. Amakwa m na ibidogo itinyela anyị uche obi gị n'anya ihe ichelu maka akụkọ anyị na-akọ na nkata anyị na-akpa n'ụtụtụ a. Tinye ya na comment section, share kwa ya with ndị agbata obi gị, with ụmụnne gị, with ndị oyi gị, ka onye ọbụla tinye ọnụ, maka na ha ekwurọkwa ekwu mere ọnụ. And adị m agwakwa gị oge niile na ife mele ọkụkọ ji ebelu, ife eji etili bụ ka ụwa wee nukwu odue ka unu rapụ isi na ya ebero mgbe unu ji wee na-eme efu unu na-eme, ka unu rapụ isi na unu anụrọ mgbe ya ji wee na-ekwu okwu. Nkata nke anyị chọrọ ịkpakịta bụ ihe m prefer to call okwu akpụ n'ọnụ na Nigeria right now. O wee bụrụ gịnị? Coalition. Anyị na-aba since 2 years ago, since our new administration bidoro. Anyị wee na-asị opposition adịrọ, and anyị na-akwa ekwuye maka na anyị afụrụ opposition eziokwu. Opposition anyị dị ka faje holidays. Ị ghọtago? Opposition parties ma PDP ma Labour Party ọ dị ka ọ na ịmago anyị agwọtara ife na-eme. Onye ka anyị nọkwala onwe anyị last week. 4 isi sekpụ ntị na Nigeria, that is ndị kajara akaja na politics. Ha na-aha ịtọ abịghị ịnọ wee si anyị na o setigokwa na fe choose go party fa eji wee mee ife a na-akpọ coalition for 2026 ka m gụpụtala gị nya bụ ife fa wee na-akọwa na nya bụ coalition bụ pati ochie Nigeria nke a na-akpọ ADC, African Democratic Party Congress ịghọtago ka ha ji ejeje fọm nya bụ coalition. N'ime coalition na ndị nọ na ya wee bụrụ onye Atiku Abubakar. Yes, a lot of people na-ajụ kedu ife melụ nwoke a ji wee ṅụọ iyi na ya yachi Nigeria, nke a wee bụrụ akụkọ ọzọ dị n'akụkụ. Onye nke ịbụọ nọ na ya bụ ife wee bụrụ Rotimi Amechi. Onye nke ịtọ wee bụrụ nna anyị ukwu El Rufai. Onye nke ịnọ wee bụrụzia ọga kpatakpata Peter Obi. Kedu ife jikọrọ mmadụ ịnọ a ka ị ya na-ajụ? Kedu ife gbasalụ mmadụ ịnọ a? Ka nrapụ Mayor ka ọ saa gị o nwezie ife ụlọ maka anya bụ coalition ka ọ kọwala anyị. Mayor ka ife ilo.
Okay, right from time my view na 2027 election bụ na this man run ha gabakwa otu a si gaa ijiri aka ndị a si zọọ ọchịchị na 2023 Tinubu ga-ewinye. So yes, maka na it combine ya ife Peter Obi na Atiku nwe na 2023 even though na-enwere ike if you add it up it may not really give you that same number, the exact
from the last
number.
election.
Yes, but it would have given more.
Okay.
Do you understand? Because both of them got over 6 million votes. And 6 plus 6 over Tinubu's 8 million. So you understand. So if they had, give or take, the two of them can pull 10 million votes when they are together. So I felt like this is the right time for that coalition to happen. And that if Peter Obi should decide to run alone this time, he would not get up to those number of votes that he got, in the last election. So the coalition is the way forward. I strongly agree with.
Ajụjụ kalịkwa ka m bịa maka na ọ bụrụ sọ m na-ajụ ndị social media ụmụnne m nọ na social media ọ kwado ọnụ unu ka m si wee nụsịa these questions. First of all, ana m ajụ kedu ife mere eji wee chọọ inye Atiku ticket president?
I don't think naturally. I think what will happen is a direct primary.
Okay.
Right? Again, primaries. Then, if you are able to convince the delegates enough to vote for you, then you get the ticket.
Netizens is in a primaries. Nafa actually Peter Obi. Now, the other question, Webolo, these men, including Peter Obi, have been in the Nigerian political scene for so long. These men have experienced this country in so many different levels of its failure, sorry to say, including Amechi, including Rotimi, including El Rufai and Atiku, minus Obi, who was just the one-time governor in two-time governor in Anambra. So what I mean is like he did an entire session.
Obi has also, worked with Nigerian presidents.
They have been in politics for a long time.
All of them, even
all right?
Including
all the career politicians at this point. So I wenaju, what is to say? Because from what we know historically, these men have been in parties from PDP together. Don't forget, they've been at parties together from PDP to APC, and now they have gone to form a new one, or they have tried to use a new one, that is ADC. Question, Webolo, is it going to be business as usual? Because India will a pattern already that they are used to. So Nigerians are wondering, if we bring these same old people together, are we expecting something new to happen?
Okay, so I think the goal here, right? The main goal here is to remove APC from power.
Okay,
right?
okay.
That is the main goal of the coalition. So
Anyadi Ekudi Makawa survival?
That's the only way we can survive is by removing these people.
Okay.
What other survival are you looking for? The only way we can survive is by this cancer
government.
And APC. Do you understand? For me, that is the only way to survive. So the people calling and saying, give the ticket to this person, give the ticket to this person, I don't think it is fair. Why? Because there are a lot of people in that coalition that have put in efforts,
Okay.
to make sure that that it works out. A lot of people there are people who have done consultations, gone to, convince some of
Several
these
people,
heavyweights,
yes.
for them to come together. And now when they come together, you are saying that they should hand over the ticket to someone. What I feel is, if you really think that this person should get the ticket,
Okay.
why not go and make sure, galvanize people, let them go and make sure they join, they follow the processes that will make them qualify as delegates, so that when there is a primary election, you people can vote overwhelmingly for the person that you choose. So that's the way to go. I don't like, it's a democratic process.
Yes, it is.
It is not a selection. It's a democratic process. So trying to say that, Obi should be given the ticket because of obedience, or because he is, Obi, a very good man. I'm a very big fan of Obi, but I like to be realistic, right?
Okay.
I think he should contest in the primaries.
Okay.
It's a coalition. He's not just the only one there who probably has, presidency in mind.
So out of these 4 people, who would you think would probably have a better chance and do a better job? Because the truth is, if we remove APC, and we still have these men in question, and Nigerians already have a trust issue. We have trust problems with the characters like El Rufai. We have problems with characters like Amechi. We've seen their behaviors in the past. So we are in our rights to be questioning the behavior of these people.
We are actually in our rights, right? But we should also remember that it is not by what you think is right. It is by actually putting in efforts to see that the right thing is done.
Okay, so our problem should be to make sure. To
make sure. Now, you want Obi to be president. To be president. You want Obi to be the ticket bearer for the ADC. For ADC. What do you don't sit down and be tweeting.
Okay.
Get people. Gather yourselves together. Obedience are here and there. Today they are for coalition. Tomorrow they are for this. There's no common voice. Gather obedience in all your words. Go and register and join ADC. Find out what it will take to be able to vote, be a delegate.
This is where the problem
is. At the convention.
The website that was put up for obedience and other well-meaning Nigerians to join the coalition, I now know that website is fake. And that people who may have tried to register that their data probably have been farmed and things like that. So with this level of disorganization, how do we make any success from this?
So politics is local, right? Politics is local. I understand where technology plays, with the links and all of that. But you're here, there is an ADC word here.
In Enugu, of course.
Here that you are. What stops you from taking out your time, maybe in the weekend? Go to their office, right? Register with them first. Make sure you have the card, right? Then the people who are in diaspora can now,
But let's talk about the truth, right? Nigerians, we are actually at a level where we can actually get authentic things happening on our phones.
Yes,
we're busy. We don't need to go and stand in the back. We don't need to go and stand at a political party office. We don't need to stand at anybody's office.
We are, but when these things are not working, if you want to make things work, you don't just sit down because it's not working in your phone. You have to get it done. So do you understand? That is not an excuse.
Our sponsors. Kaijelafia.
Jikene ndị Igbo wita akwa ọcha ha na-eyi n'okpu mmemme njirimara ndị Igbo ịnekwa n'anya efu na ụgbọala anyị na-achakekwe na njirimara ndị Igbo ịnanya anyị ji nsibidi wee desia ụmụ ife ọ bụrụ na ị na-aghọta asụsụ Igbo ị ga-aghọta na ife anyị niile bụ na nke a bụ nke anyị na-emela anyị ji wee na-akpọ ndị Igbo niile na-akpọkwa ụmụ Naijiria niile ka ị bịa sonyere onye ije ebe ọ bụla ị na-eje n'ala Igbo bịa ka ị soro onye ije motos onye ije anyị bụ ojemba daalụ.
If you want safety, if you want comfort, if you want to go to wherever your destination is, it is only ije.
Ndewo na Enugu ụtụtụ ọma ebe ọ bụla iso na-anọnyere anyị na southeast na mpaghara southeast nọ n'Enugu ịnọ n'Ebonyi ịnọ n'Aba ịnọ n'Ụmụahịa ịnọ n'Owerri ebe ọbụla ịnọ onye ije motos abatago n'Enugu ehenụ maka n'ọkwụ n'ana enwere ọkwa oche solumu ka efu na anyị abịago na Holy Ghost Bus Terminal 2 n'Enugu steeti na 042 Coal City ebe ife niile na-eme ebe onye ije motos na-esi wee na-ewere ọwala anyị abịago nekwa anyị akwa ịfụrụ ụgbọala anyị dị sarasara ụgbọala anyị dị samsam ọ ga-eme ekishọ na ijeluru ebe ị na-eje n'udo ịnata n'udo maka na ụgbọala dị ndụ dị paramount ka ị wee nwee safety ka ị nwee security ifu gị onye ije motos na-ọfa gị security na-ọfa gị safety na-ọfa gị comfort and luxury nya ịchọrọ ije holidays ka ị na-eje ịzụ afịa ịchọrọ ka ụmụ gị na school maọbụ ebe ọbụla ị na-eje ịchọrọ ije jafe ụmụnne gị ma ị na-ana obodo ịmatarọ ihe ọbụla ị na-eme bịa ka ị soro onye ije motos wee jee njem gị anyị ga-eme ekishọn ijelu na udo anyị ga-eme ekishọn na ebe ị na-eje na ijelulie na-arụ isi ike enwerọkwa ihe ga-eme gị ifu gị anyị mekikwe shọ na anyị tinyelu nwa security measures to make sure na ụgbọala anyị buluru gị ebe ị na-eje mekie shọ na ịdị safe nke a bụ nke ndị Igbo nke a bụ nke ejirimara ndị Igbo ndị ọkwọ ụgbọala anyị that is our drivers inene anya fa na-ejike na njike ndị Igbo wite akwa ọcha ha na-eyi n'okpu mmemme njirimara ndị Igbo inekwa n'anya efu na ụgbọala anyị na
ndewo onye ọma na-ege anyị ntị daalụ n'isonyere anyị n'ụtụtụ a ọ fọzikwalụ nwebele nkeji bifo anyị apịachie ya n'ụtụtụ a mana ịdị lucky you can still join us for the next 9 minutes ka anyị wee pịachie ya bụ nkata n'ụtụtụ a nkata politics ka anyị na-akpa ọkachasị ka o si wee gbasata ụmụ Igbo n'ọnụ Igbo solo anyị sonyela anyị kọmentị ya contribute kwa onwekwana ideas iwu inwelu anyị na-edili itinye ma ọ wepụ itinyekwu ya na comment section na ihe afịa ka anyị gụpụta ya daalụ rinne mụ na Mayor nọ n'ụtụtụ a anyị na-akpa maka the ADC coalition a sị na ebe nwata na-ebe akwa atụ aka ma nne ya nọ ebe a echekwa enekwa anya ọfụma nne ya ya nọ ebe a ya mere ụmụ Naijiria ji gbakọta na-ebe na-asị na coalition a anyị amarakwa ndị a nọ na coalition a ọkwa ofu ndị a na-emebu nke mere eme before ọkwa ha nọ na coalition a ajụjụ wee kalịa onye ọbụla na-ajụ should we trust this coalition ka onye ọbụla gabala onwe ya ka a na-ekwu Rotimi Amaechi who is also part of the coalition wee na-akọwata na unu nwanye tiket na ife ya eje bụ 1 term and 1 term a bụ 4 years ka anyị ma na politics Nigeria ka anyị na-anụ ndị na-ekwe anyị nkwa enwenubere onye si anyị nọ 1 term o mechie bụrụ 1 term ịghọtago kedu ife ịla Amaechi na-achọ ịkọwata ma ife ọ na-achọ achieve with this ideology
what I think bụ na mmadụ niile nọ na that hancha mmadụ niile chọrọ that presidency all of them that are there the heavyweights want to vie for that seat whether by direct primaries or if they are being handed over the tickets.
Okay.
So like yeah, definitely it's the South. It's the turn of the South now if you are looking at the rotation.
True.
Yeah, so anybody who takes over from Tinubu that is from the South, we have to do 1 term. I think that's an unspoken
rule
agreement between them. Because for the North, right, they're waiting for Tinubu's, I think 6 years.
Yeah.
Remaining 2 years, then probably
4.
The other 4 before power gets back to them.
Yeah.
So what I think is for them to be able to convince the North, right, you have to say
it's a one-time
it's a one-time thing. But I don't think anybody will go there and want to. They're deceiving themselves.
But the government we're discussing is just on its 1-term journey. What makes Nigerians believe that this government might be a 1-term thing?
So that's the coalition.
President Tinubu's government.
Because
will
obviously
be a 1-term.
he's not done well. Nigerians are not happy. Obviously he's not.
And you
done
think the incumbency entitlement and powers
well.
will not affect?
It plays the power of incumbency plays a major role, but that is why that is the need for the coalition because you can only deal with these people when you come together. And this is the same thing they did to Jonathan when the APC was,
Nobody
created.
was dealt the kind of hand former President Goodluck Jonathan was dealt in this country.
Yeah.
And to think that things were not even nearly as
bad
bad
as it is
bad
now.
as they were in those days. But it seems Nigerians are quite tired about, the things that are happening here. Mananke Welanyo Nobuna, the presidential media aide, that is Bayo Nanuga, he has also made a statement as banter for the ADC. Ona akwata na ndi abo enemies of the presidency that doesn't want the presidency to prosper, and that they are imago gather shall they gather for the president. What do you think about Bayo's statement?
Onanuga is a clown. Bayo Onanuga is a clown because over that tweet, I saw the tweet. He said that the coalition, I think what their blah 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 is because they hate
the president.
the president.
Yes.
So and people have been seeing people say it's a valid reason, right?
Okay.
It's a valid reason for them to
Are
be
you serious?
Yes, it is. It is a very valid reason because obviously this man do not care about us. So it's a very Anambra.
He's present with me this morning.
It's a very valid reason.
Like this, so I want to go to Igbo because this is a serious
very
matter.
valid, yes.
Weekend. If you went to any market in Nigeria this weekend, I'm sure Niru Atorogochi when you were coming out. Now, if I have a problem, the APC or supporters of APC who don't see the problem, anya wakanya nebumbu kona ina fa noro na the same country. Makana and when the APC believe that everything is going very well in the country.
Don't, to be honest, they don't believe that. They are just, if you see anybody that is fighting for APC online, just know that number one, they are either paid.
Okay.
Number two, they are paid. Most of them are paid. Who said? Someone said.
No, we are aware that they are
Yes,
paid to
they are
carry
paid.
around these
So
agendas and propaganda.
you can't tell me. You can't tell me that those people who say that do not go to market, they do not buy fuel, they do not experience what the say. There is nothing like a middle class Nigerian anymore.
No, that hey, I cannot cause you.
There's nothing like a middle class.
You see
All of
that
us
you
now
are
are poor.
Rich or poor.
We are, even the
Even
poor
the
now,
rich
the rich now are even becoming poor. Because I can
but
say
seriously,
for
the
myself,
rich class in Nigeria
I can
are
say
becoming poor.
I can say that for me, last year, right?
It was Rodeg.
I read the Mumma last year that I was hoping that this year was going to now
If you go the problem,
complement
this is the
last
problem.
year.
So,
So, but
young people in Nigeria cannot sit down and think about their future.
At all.
At
at all,
If ụmụazị nọ na school, maka na anọ m ka unu na-aba mba na ụmụazị ekwere eje alụ ọlụ, fe ekwere achọ ife faya alụ, ndị nke nwaanyị nọ na ịntanetị na-eme nke a, ndị nke nwoke na-eme wayo, na-eme yahoo, na-eme nke a, mana na-enebekwa anya. They have parents nọcha retirement age, n'eli pension. Nigeria dey ekwe akwụ ha pension. Fanwelu ụmụnne na-alụ ọlụ oyibo, ekwere akwụ minimum wage. Ụmụazị a nọ na school, unu na-akọwa afa na fa pụta because they can literally see their future. Fa na-afụ ife ndụ ha ya abụ. Ha na-afụ ya n'anya na abụ. And you want them, fa jesie school maka na school nwa abụrọkwa 1 naira ka eji ejie n'obodo a. Schooling in Nigeria cost millions. Nwatakịrị agụsizie ya, ọ bịa bịa lụba ọlụ ebe a na-akwụ 50,000 a month. Oyi ha afụ nnirie. Oje ije register ife na bank, ọ ya akwụ na line for 2 days. Oje register NIN, ọ ya akwụ na line for 2 days. Sometimes ekwu ụgwọ. Ma PVC anyị nwanyị na-register. Ịma na enwe ndị kwụrụ ụgwọ wee mee PVC na 2023. Nwela idea.
no.
Some people paid to get their voters card in
no.
this country. Nwa na-enezikwa anya na ife anyị na-enwe bụ systematic damage. That is all dịka n'okpuru ka dị ihe mebiche. Ife anyị na-afụzi n'elu bụ just ọ dịka egwu ka anyị.
or maybe go from up to down, or maybe go, and the rot has become very deep. The rot has become very deep. Tell me why you, as an electoral officer, is telling people to give you money.
Ha,
For
akwa
you
ifolo
to-
nke a.
Like, how do you go very deep? The rot is very deep.
Akwụkwọ nke a.
How the very deep. And before we can get out of it, to be honest, I don't even think, because the more it happens, the more we keep lounging, we keep going down. We keep going down, we keep descending to new lows like every day. When you think you've seen it all, they open another version of the scene that you've never even thought about before. So it's just a very, very crazy situation. A very crazy situation. Things have gotten so bad in this country. Things has gotten so bad in this country. If you maybe go.
Ọkwa ya ka a na-ekwu onye ọbụla chọkwa adapta ọ ya egote maka ọ adapting ka anyị nọ ife a nke fa wetala anyị eme adapt nke wetala anyị eme adapt.
That is why Onwelife wrote to me last week. Nigeria needs a very violent revolution. And until something like that happens, right, our leaders will keep taking us for fools.
Are we that motivated? Because first of all,
the hunger enough.
So
the hunger
it's
alone should be enough motivation. The hunger alone.
The hunger that has hope. You know, the Agudi Noboda, well, a fake glimmer of hope where the person, even the young people who are standing in the corridors of Nigerian politics, are hoping that one day they will get their legs saying, Kafanwa we mwike, which is what is even keeping most Nigerians alive. I'm sorry.
Yeah. There is, to be honest, I don't think there's even that hope self. The hope is no longer there. Because if someone who has something, in view, or someone that has something that has hope. You understand? Is someone who onye nwelu ifo ni nanya na nyenwe olilanya. Obu ni nwere ife ni nanya na nyenwe olilanya. Kita onwe ife I ga-agwa m kita as a Nigerian ni olilanya.
An me echekwa na ma choice an me chie
as a Nigerian kita onwe ife na-eme na this country ni olilanya.
Ajụjụ a meyo jụrụ m ọ dịkwa ka ọnya ka anyị eji wee mechi maka na ana m echekwie ịma na eso m wee bamba minimum wage mgbe m fụrụ na ha kwe eji m nwayọ mechie ọnụ mana ajụjụ a meyo jụrụ bụ ezigbo ajụjụ m chọrọ ka onye ọbụla ihe ọbụla ị na-eme taa tinye ya n'obi gị ihe ọbụla ị na-eme n'izu ụka na-ajụke n'onwe gị ya bụ ajụjụ kedu ife dị n'obodo a kịta ị nwere ike itinye obi gị na ya sị na ọ na-enye gị olileanya na enekwa ya anya dị otu a na ọ ga-adị mma gbaa mbọ ka ị sonyela anyị na Voice of the East subscribe or share follow channel anyị nọ n'Instagram nọdụ na all the social media platforms gbaa mbọ ka ị sonyela anyị n'ife anyị na-eme ana m ekene gị na isonyela anyị n'ụtụtụ a afa m bụ Nneọma ezigbo enyi m mụ na ya na-akpa bụ Mayor daalụ rinne olukwa n'izu ụka nke na-abịakwanụ on Monday by 9 a.m. chelụkwa anyị na-abịa ụbọchị a ga-alụ gị ọfụma
chakekwa na njirimara ndị Igbo ị na-anya anyị ji nsibidi wee desịa ụmụ ife ọ bụrụ na ị na-aghọta asụsụ Igbo ị ga-aghọta na ife anyị minil bụ na nke a bụ nke anyị ya mere anyị ji wee na-akpọ ndị Igbo niile na-akpọkwa ụmụ Naijiria niile ka ị bịa sonyere onye ije ebe